So today I'm here talking to my mother, Carla Frazier. She's an LPN, a licensed practical nurse at the Western Hospital in Alberton. And I just have a couple of questions regarding the topic of nursing to ask her. So, why did you choose to become a nurse?
I always wanted to go into nursing, but when I graduated high school, there weren't many nursing jobs on PEI. So when the LPN program was offered in O'Leary, when my kids weren't so little anymore, I decided it was time to go back to school.
All right, so what is your favorite thing about your job?
I love going to work because I work with great people who are as close to me as my family. I don't really feel like it's a job. We work together to help others when they need it most.
What's your least favorite thing about your job?
I would have to say the worst part of my job is watching families go through hard times. New diagnosis, loss of family members, loss of their independence. They're all very hard things to see people going through.
What do you find rewarding about your job?
I get to see people get better. Some patients arrive in bad shape, and we get to help them and watch them get better each day.
What do you feel is your greatest skill as a nurse?
I feel like I'm a good listener. Sometimes all people want is someone to talk to. Our job is very busy, and sometimes it's hard to find the time to just sit and talk with somebody. I love listening to stories of years ago when someone grew up with horses and wagons, as well as listening to someone who may be struggling with anxiety or loneliness, or maybe they're just worried about returning home and not feeling like they can manage normal day to day activities without help anymore. You can learn a lot about someone if you take the time to sit and listen to them.
Now, what do you feel the hardest part about being a nurse is?
Dealing with people's family dynamics are sometimes a struggle when people aren't able to make decisions for themselves any longer and you have to rely on family to make choices for them. It can be very difficult for them to all agree, especially at end of life when some people aren't ready to let go and others want to hold on to every last hope that something can be done to prolong their lives. It's a sad time when people are sick and families are not getting along during that time. It makes it really hard.
Describe a time you had to deal with a difficult patient and how you handled it.
Most difficult times with patients are related to dementia patients who wander. It's really common for them to start looking to go home in the evening. It's called sundowning. They're sure there's a ride outside waiting for them, or they need to get their coats and shoes on and go to the train station to wait for the train. Being able to distract them or even go along with them but gently guide them to their rooms and wait there is sometimes all it takes. The same patient may need to be redirected many times each day back to their room. Sometimes putting on their favorite music or showing them pictures of their family helps distract them and settle them back for the evening.
I just have one more question for you. So, how do you deal with the stress of nursing?
I try to separate my job from my home life. I leave work at work and enjoy being home when I'm home. If I have a stressful day, I make sure to go take my break and get a chance to get away from the unit for a bit. Talking with coworkers also helps deal with a stressful day. Doing things I enjoy on my days off, like going for walks on the beach, is also good to relieve a stressful day at work.